Hey there, fundraisers and nonprofit enthusiasts. Today, ATM Grantwriting and Consulting Corporation is diving into the world of donor-advised funds, or DAFs, one of the most powerful tools in the fundraising toolkit. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get savvy about DAFs. So, what exactly is a donor-advised fund? Think of it like a charitable savings account. Donors put money into this account, get an immediate tax deduction, and then recommend grants to their favorite nonprofits over time. The key word here is advise. Donors can advise how and when to distribute funds, but the money is technically under the control of the sponsoring organization. DAFs are booming. In fact, they're one of the fastest growing giving vehicles out there. Why? Because they're flexible, easy to set up, and offer donors the chance to make a big impact without the paperwork of setting up a private foundation. DAFs are a dream for both donors and nonprofits, but they do require a bit of strategy on your part to tap into that funding. Let's get into my top 3 tips for making the most of DAFs in your fundraising efforts. Think of it as a charitable investment account, set up for the sole purpose of supporting charitable organizations. Tip number 1, build relationships with donors. DAFs are all about personal connections. Since donors control when and where their funds go, cultivating strong, ongoing relationships is key. Regular updates, personal touches, and showing genuine interest in their philanthropic goals will go a long way. Donors can contribute cash, stocks, or other assets to the fund and receive an immediate tax deduction. Which brings us to tip number 2. Don't be shy about asking. Many nonprofits miss out on DAF gifts simply because they don't ask. Make it clear in your fundraising materials and during conversations that you welcome DAF contributions. Add a checkbox on your donation forms. Mention it in newsletters, get the word out. But here's where it gets interesting. The donor can then make recommendations from the fund to their favorite charities over time. This means they can support your organization today, next year, or even in a decade. Know the DF grant-making process. Each sponsoring organization has its own process for distributing funds, so do your homework. Understand the timelines, required paperwork, and any restrictions. The easier you make it for donors to recommend grants, the more likely they are to support you. Now, you might be wondering, how can this help my fundraising efforts? To recap, DAFs are like charitable treasure chests just waiting to be opened. Focus on building strong donor relationships, make it easy for donors to give, and know the process inside and out. DAFs are one of the fastest growing philanthropic tools, with billions of dollars in assets. That's a lot of potential support for your cause because DAFs are a win-win. Donors get flexibility and tax benefits, and your nonprofit gets steady support. So get out there, make those connections, and unlock the potential of DAFs. To tap into this, you need to understand your donors and their giving patterns. Many donors who use DAFs are looking for ways to make a significant impact. They want to know that their contributions are making a difference. So it's crucial to communicate the impact of their gifts. Show them the tangible outcomes of their donations. Share stories of the lives you've changed and the communities you've helped. Building relationships with DAF donors is also key. These donors are often strategic and thoughtful about their philanthropy. Regular updates, personalized messages, and meaningful engagement can go a long way in fostering these relationships. Remember, they have the flexibility to give when the time is right for them. And your consistent communication can keep your organization top of mind. Another tip, make sure your organization is DAF friendly. Mention donor-advised funds in your fundraising materials and on your website. Make it easy for donors to recommend DAFs to your organization. You could even create specific campaigns or projects that are particularly attractive to DAF donors. In conclusion, donor-advised funds are a powerful tool for modern fundraising. By understanding how they work and building strong relationships with DF donors, you can unlock new opportunities for support and ensure your organization thrives. So go out there and make the most of DAFs. Your cause deserves it. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, fundraising is not just about asking for money. It's about building relationships and creating impact. Thanks for watching and happy fundraising.